I think we need to talk a little bit about AI's impact on marketing, what it means for us as marketers. So I'm not going to go down the same road that everybody else is going down. It's like, oh, we can use marketing, create more material. I think that one is beaten to death, and I think we all know that AI is a multiplier for anything content related. This is the impact on something that I realized today was a change in behavior in myself. So I'm looking at a tool. It's called Quora. It's still in invite only mode. So if somebody wants an invite to this, I've got 10 invites available that I can send out for. What Quora does is it looks at my email every single day. And if you've seen my previous videos, you know I've created automations to do this for myself, but I wanted to test a tool to see how it had expanded, like somebody taking the time and effort to do more than just an automation, but create an entire app or business around that same automation. And so this goes through my email, just my Lions International account, not my Team Terra Lions account. And it pulls all the emails out and determines whether it thinks it's a valid email. So if it's important, if they're newsletters, if they're promotions. Then it gives me a report twice a day. So I only need to look at my emails twice a day for the most part. And I get 2 briefs, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. It saves me a ton of time. When I get those briefs, these emails are already removed from my account. So if we look at my email account, my inbox, you can see there's a lot less here. It's moved to another inbox called Quora, which is in here somewhere. And I can go into there and I can see the emails if I want to. But I get this brief and I look through it. And what made me realize the impact on marketing is what happens with open rates here. What happens with click-through rates here? Does it increase it? Does it decrease it? Certainly, I would think it decreases open rates. Unless of the programs that are tracking opens go, oh, well, Quora opened the email, read it, and then filed it. So was that an open? I need to dig deeper into that, because if that's the case, we're getting completely false data on open rates going forward. Is Gemini in your Google account reading the email and then deciding what to do with it considered an open rate? And if that's the case, open rates have become an irrelevant stat. I mean, they have been a weak stat for a long time. Since iOS 14, I think, was when they really became kind of an irrelevant stat, or not as an important stat. But now this changes everything. I'm maybe reading these emails, or at least I'm reading briefs on these emails, so I'm consuming some of the content, but not in the same way that the sender was hoping for. And it is changing my behavior. There's no doubt about it. I look through these really quickly and decide what I want to do and what I don't want to do with it. And then it finds important things and sends them over to my to-dos if I need to do it. And if there's something that needs to be paid, a bill or something, it highlights that as well. So what do you think? Like, I'd love to know everybody else's opinion. This is a side of marketing that I don't know if we've necessarily considered, is that we work so hard to craft our message. We work so hard to create an email sequence that might help create trust with a possible customer. And these tools are becoming more prolific every day. Because of that, that message is completely lost. Like, all that time and effort I created writing that message has been rewritten by AI to suit their needs, to summarize it, to make it short, to make it quick. How often does my brand actually get in front of the person? If I'm sending something two times a week, I think it was Jennifer Gale was just on, they send emails twice a week. If they're sending an email twice a week and it's just ending up in a digest where it's been rewritten and their entire message is lost, how does that change the way that we behave? And I know that right now this is a service that you would have to sign up for. Quora is a service that has to sign up. And I know that I had to create an automation to do this same sort of task for my emails already and create a digest for me. But I also know that these things are starting to become standard in the large email services. Gemini is already starting to do this sort of task for us. And I think in time, we're going to see AI take more of this cognitive workload off of us so that we don't have to check our emails every single day. But as a result, how, as a marketer, are you going to get your message to an individual when we now have AI gatekeepers changing that message to make it more convenient for the consumer? I'd love your thoughts on it because I think this is something that is going to impact us probably, within, if it's not already impacting us, within 12 to 24 months. And it will change the way that we need to communicate with people and figure out how you bypass this gatekeeper so that your true message gets through to them. Or how do we make sure that AI, when it looks at our emails, it summarizes it correctly so that message continues to pass through? I'd love your thoughts on that. Okay, bye.